Welcome to Georgia.
Good morning, everyone. I am currently driving through the beautiful Blue Ridge Mountains of North Georgia, and today I'm in search of some of the most iconic herps that live in the Blue Ridge. So I am really excited to show you guys this region. It's a really cool, cloudy morning here, so we should be seeing a lot of good stuff today. But I'm going to do the remainder of this drive down, and I will see you guys shortly.
And the first snakes of the day are these really attractive eastern copperheads here. We have at least 3 in this crevice right here, and just beside of them we have 2 really nice ones in here, so at least 5 copperheads, possibly 6 here at this one little spot. Really beautiful snakes. Right here's a perspective of the habitat. We're on these nice open exposed rocky slopes here in the higher elevations of the Blue Ridge. But yeah, I'm just going to leave these gorgeous little copperheads to what they are doing here, and we will see what else we can turn up. Next snake of the day is this nice timber rattlesnake here. I really can't see much of the body. It's still pretty early in the morning, so we got some good cloud cover, and these guys are still tucked into the rocks here. They should come out as it warms up. This is kind of a tannish yellow phase individual. Really gorgeous, just sitting here peeking out. It's a great shot right there. Really pretty snake. Right, here's a shot of the habitat. You see we're on these nice exposed rocky slopes here. These are great gestation sites through late July into early September typically. But yeah, I'm just going to leave this beautiful timber right here, and we will see what else we can turn up. And the next timber of the day is this really beautiful, kind of a yellowish, brownish tan individual, similar to the one that was in the crevice, but a bit bigger. As you can see, it doesn't have a full set of buttons on its tail. It's knocked that rattle off at some point. So it basically just has a little nub there, and when it rattles that, it kind of just sounds like a phone vibrating. It's not a full rattle. It's starting to do it now, but yeah, another gorgeous timber rattlesnake. I'm just going to leave this individual right here, and we will see if we can find any other timbers today. What is up, YouTube? I just made it back here to northeastern Tennessee. Unfortunately, Georgia was not as good as I was expecting it to be, but we still had some really good finds. I actually found a eastern hellbender, and I lost it while I was trying to get some underwater footage of it for this video. So that was a really unfortunate series of events, but it is what it is. I'm back here now at a little bit of a higher elevation than I was at in Georgia, and as you can see, I'm in some really unique habitat here. It's a really cloudy day with a lot of scattered showers, so typically that is good for seeing snakes out all day up here high like this. And we also have a chance at seeing some rare amphibians as well. So yeah, stay tuned and we will see what we can turn up here in Tennessee. And the first snake of the day is a really beautiful yellow-faced timber rattlesnake just hanging out in these thickets here. It's pretty common to see them this way. The sun was just out, so this individual is catching some shade here, and it hasn't come back out yet. Right here's a perspective of the habitat. If you don't look closely, these snakes are really easy to miss in these berry thickets. We're standing at probably 46 or 4,700 feet right here, so this is a pretty cool high elevation population of timbers here.
But yeah, I'm just going to get some really good photographs of this individual here and keep on hiking this really unique habitat, and we will see what else we can find. And right here is a closer look at this timber rattlesnake. I have my flash on now. Really gorgeous individual. It's really cool seeing them up here at these elevations. This population is probably one of the highest elevation populations of timbers in the southern Appalachians. So always cool to see them up here. As you can see, there's lots of rocks, lots of good habitat here, good basking spots, lots of opportunity to get shade when it gets too hot. Just a really gorgeous snake, but I'm going to leave her right here and we will see what else we can turn up. And the next snake of the day is this really small black-faced timber rattlesnake here. Really gorgeous. I always like seeing the darker color phases. Now this individual is a little bit swole here on its right side, so it appears to have a meal in it. Once you get up here in these higher elevations, the timber rattlesnakes actually tend to peak out at a smaller size because of lack of food and just a shorter season every year due to the cooler temperatures up here. Really beautiful snake. I'm going to zoom out here just to put this habitat into perspective. We're just walking along a little rocky spur here, sort of in a mixed hardwood and spruce fir area here. Lots of high elevation plants that you normally don't see in more traditional areas where you would expect timber rattlesnakes to occur. Just a stunning little black-faced timber. You see this snake has an overall smaller build. Its head's pretty small. I know it's cooled up here, but it doesn't appear to be a super long snake. Just a really gorgeous little black-faced timber. But I'm going to photograph this guy here and keep on hiking this amazing habitat, and we will see what else we can find. Alright everyone, it just started raining again, so hopefully that will not make any snakes go in. I'm still making my way to some other sites here. But as you can see, in between the sites, it doesn't even look ideal for timber rattlesnakes. It's basically just a rainforest. You get a lot of spruce fir trees and other high elevation plants in here. I'm just filming this to put into perspective how you kind of have to bushwhack. This likely does not get much if any sunlight, even when it's not cloudy. I mean, look at this. It's basically a rainforest. It's the Blue Ridge Mountain equivalent of a rainforest. Got a lot of high elevation plants up here. See, behind me here is a spruce fir tree. And in these little stretches in between, you can also get some cool high elevation salamanders. But yeah, hopefully the rain does not mess us up. I'm going to hike to some more sites here, and we will see what we can turn up. Okay, so I didn't see any other snakes, and on my way out of here I noticed that the little black-faced timber in the previous clip was not sitting here any longer, so I knew it couldn't have ventured far. So I got to looking around, and right here in this really nice moss it sits. Absolutely incredible. It rained just a little bit, as you can see. The snake is wet now. It's almost like it's using this moss as sort of a shelter from the rain, because you can see it's kind of like a little indention in the moss here where it's sitting. Absolutely amazing to see these snakes using this habitat and just moving around in the short time that I was a little ways down the ridge there. I had a feeling the rain would either make this guy move to a nearby rock crevice or a more, heavily shaded area like this where it would be a bit more sheltered. But instead it decided to move over here to this moss.
That's just an absolutely incredible shot right there. Beautiful snake. Once you get up here in these high elevations, their behavior is completely different. You will see them active all day, sitting out in the evenings right before it cools down. They are, oh, he might be on to me now. He wasn't earlier. I'm going to watch him and see what he does. When he stretches out, he is actually a pretty good sized snake. The way these snakes move around all day here, it's really hard to tell if he's seen me. He likely did. But if not, then that means he is just tired of the rain, or perhaps he has got warm enough and he's moving into the undergrowth. But I'm going to film this here because I'm curious to see where he goes. Not much is known about timber rattlesnakes up here in these extremely high elevations, because this is about as high up as you're going to see them. So cool to see him moving through that moss like that. Gorgeous snake. Actually a really good sized individual for up here high. Again, these snakes have a pretty rough life up here. Most of their prey is actually just the few chipmunks that are up here, and actually birds that feed around these huckleberry bushes and stuff. There's not any squirrels up here at these elevations, so they have a really hard time. That, combined with the temperatures here, means that they have a much shorter season to be active every year. They typically really don't pick up here until June, and they start becoming inactive again around September. So yeah, these guys have it rough. This snake may be preparing to cool up right here. I think he is. So that makes me feel better. I'm glad I didn't disturb him. It is so cool to watch these animals and just see them doing what they would normally be doing all day. Now, if I had to guess, once this storm passes and the rain clouds move, if the sun comes out and this area dries up a little bit, I would say this guy will, if it'll focus, I would say this guy will end up right back on this rock over here where he was at in the previous clip. Beautiful snake, beautiful behavior to observe. So cool to see them sitting in these heavily shaded areas here with all of this moss. It's a totally different behavior. But yeah, I'm going to probably sit here and watch this guy a while, so if he does anything else cool, I will let you guys know. But if not, I'll probably get some good pictures of him in the moss and move on, and we'll see if we can find any more snakes. And if not, we might be finding some amphibians here because it's definitely wet enough. So either way, I will see you guys shortly. What's up, everyone? It is now the next morning, and I'm doing some hiking through some pretty unique habitat here. But anyway, since I did not see any other timber rattlesnakes yesterday, I will likely be calling it a video here. But before I do that, I have a quick announcement to make. As many of you already know, I will be moving to Atlanta in just a couple of weeks for school. So because of that, the videos have been really slow lately, and I apologize for that. But as soon as I get settled in my apartment, I will be putting out way more content. It will probably end up being 2 to 3 videos a week here soon, so definitely stay tuned. But also, this will likely be one of the last Tennessee videos that you see for a while, other than when I come in and visit and target stuff specifically and plan some trips here. So but yeah, guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. Leave a comment and let me know what you thought about it. Press that like button and subscribe if you'd like to. But yeah, I will see you guys in the next video.